celebrated in the end the first hat-trick in this edition of the Boshundara Cement BPL.
Well, it's always a special moment for any bowler, Goffy, to be getting a hat-trick. I mean, you've been there, you've experienced that. What's it like?
Well, it's a great feeling as a bowler. You want to do the best things possible, and that's either to that'll be either to go in and knock the stumps out of the ground, or when you get an hat-trick. I did it in a test match, I've done it in white ball cricket, and I've done it in first-class cricket. That feeling when you're just at the end of your mark and you're just about to bowl that hat-trick ball, there's no better feeling. And then when you get away with it and get the ball, you saw the delight on his face.
So what's it when you've taken 2 consecutive wickets and you're literally on for the hat trick? What are you thinking as a bowler in terms of what delivery to bowl? You know, you have so many options. What do you go for?
Your best delivery, and for me it was the Yorker in the situation. Mine was in a test match, my most famous one. And the amazing thing of that test match is, but you don't think about it really. It comes up on the screen. Nobody had taken an hat-trick in Australia as an Englishman since 1888. So that adds the pressure. 100 years later, 110 years later, you're suddenly in that position. And you felt that pressure. But I just said, right, Yorker, play strongest ball, and I bowled the perfect delivery. Doesn't always happen, but I bowled the perfect delivery. That hat-trick was slightly different. Caught out in the deep, caught on the boundary, but they all count. I once got 𝗂𝗄𝗎 came out with a hat-trick ball, caught in the deep. But I tell everyone I bowled him. But it doesn't matter how you do it, but just to get that hat-trick,
you see it on his expression, how excited he got. He tapped the right button, taking him down the memory lane.
Absolutely. I think it's special for any bowler to be thinking of, being reminded of all the hat-tricks that they've done in their career. Shomanoy, that last over had a bit of everything. It had drama, but more importantly, we got to see some great cricket and some not so great cricket as well. What do you make of that last over overall, and where do you think they were perhaps lacking, Noakhali?
Well, they did it right. They were lacking in terms of an extra bowler, and that's what Shaukat Ali told me during the post-match presentation as well, and hence they had to opt for Sabbir to go and bowl the last over. And it was all pressure. It was all the pressure moment. We've heard Goffy said as well, you're trying to defend some runs, and this was a turning point. Bullseye, Zakir Ali did well to get rid of Ethan Brooks, because it was Ethan Brooks who got them so close to the game. But nevertheless, again, this direct hit could have won them the game. Wasn't meant to be. Finest of margins, as we say.
And a wide and no ball in that last over, which is not ideal, right? When the pressure is on, it's not just the batter who's feeling the pressure, the bowler's feeling the pressure as well. And in those moments, to bowl a no ball, a shocking no ball, really, and then a wide, it cost them.
Absolutely. I was going to talk about the pressure. You spoke about bowling in that last over and not giving away any extras. We saw a few by Sabbir as well. But I mean, how do you tend to hold your nerve? Because we've had that so many times in different leagues around the world now. It comes down to the last over and the bowlers are unable to execute their plans.
Well, you've got to have somebody who's capable of handling that pressure and who has practiced those moments. And the way I did it was breath work. So I used to make sure I was in control of my breath, and then if I was in control of my breath, I could control my bowling.
All right, then quick look at what happened then in that game. We're talking about thrillers in the BPL, and this is how things went for Noakhali. They made 143 for 7. Mahidul at the top making 61 not out in just 51 balls. Zakir Ali also contributing with some runs, but in the end, you've got to say that Sylhet Titans were the ones that kept their calm and sort of held their nerve, and they won it by 1 wicket. All right, we'll take a short breather here on Straight Drive. When we are back, we've got plenty to talk about, the toss, the pitch report and everything, all of that on the other side. Back on Bashundhara Cement BPL T20, and we're looking at that first match which Rajshahi Warriors won. They started the tournament on a positive note. They managed to chase down a mammoth total of 190 for 5 in 20 overs, courtesy that wonderful knock by Shanto, who scored 101. Not out, let's not forget Mushfiqur Rahim's also contribution of 51. They won this comfortably by 8 wickets. That was followed by a loss from Rajshahi Warriors. They couldn't really deliver the goods with the bat here, and after that performance they were restricted to 132 for 8 in their 20 overs by Dhaka Capitals. Mohammad Nawaz picking up 3 wickets. 134 for 5 is what they were chasing down in the end, but Shanto again was the top scorer for Rajshahi, making 37 in 28 balls. Well, it seems like there's a lot of dependency on the captain Shanto, scoring that 100, and also just in terms of batting, he scored that wonderful 100 at the beginning, and we know the kind of talent that he possesses, and the value that he brings to the table, Shomanoi.
Yep, yeah, immense value. And he leads the side, he led the side from the front. Brilliant century, looked very positive, and having that partnership with Mushfiqur Rahim, and as he said, that the veteran made it easy for him. And it takes a bit of time initially, but then he gets going, Shanto, which was amazing. But it was a new day the next day, wasn't it? And you can't fire every day. You can't depend on the same person on every occasion. We saw some of the numbers there, 20s and 30s, which tells you that there was a lack of conversion from the top order. Tanzir Hassan Tamim has immense talent. He's done it in the past. Saibzada Farhan is there, so they're yet to click. Right, and Mushfiqur Rahim in this side, who was part of the champion side in the last edition of the BPL, Fortune Borishal. So he has all that experience, what it takes for a team to win. It's just about clicking and the others clicking as well.
Well, the captain needs a bit of support from the others as well. You're talking about the captain leading from the front, scoring that 100, but the other batters will need to step up, Coffee.
Absolutely, and so far he's had 2 innings and he's played really, really well. And the added pressure, not just being the best player, is leading the team as well. And what you need, there's only so much you can do when you're a captain and the best player, is to keep doing it yourself. We've seen that in so many teams around the world. It's about getting the rest of them to cash in, and when they get in, they cash in. No getting out for 15s and 20s and 25. When they do get to that figure, they have to go on and get them 60s and 70s and 80s, the scores that win games. And today, perhaps it's the day, they can't keep relying on that same person to get the runs all the time.
So who are the key players that you feel that can really sort of step up for Rajshahi Warriors, apart from Shanto and Mushfiqur Rahim?
Well, Tanzir Tamim, Saibzada Farhan, if they get runs at the top, then it's nicely set up for Shanto coming in at 3, Mushfiqur Rahim coming in later. Nawaz got a runner ball 26, which was very instrumental. So, yeah, they have a strong lineup. It's just that they need runs on the board. They did well chasing, and 190 plus. It's just that they couldn't set a target. Yes, it was a used surface. Again, it's a fresh day, and they have the experience to turn it over.
All right, then we'll find out what happens at the toss as well, because remember, we've had a bit of cloud cover here today, cold conditions, and a bit of dew around as well. Ready with the toss, over to Rameez Raja, who's out there with the 2 captains.
Yeah, we're ready with the Bashundhara toss here. We've got the 2 captains. Naimur Rashid is the match referee. Haider Ali is now padded up for the Noakhali Express. You have the coin then. Najmul Shantu has flipped the coin. It's come down as tails. What have you decided to do?
I like to bowl first. Look pretty fresh wicket, but you can see that dew factor, so I like to bowl first.
Your contribution has been massive, but what about the others? You want others really to also pad up for the side?
Yeah, obviously, that is what we always want, but in T20, everyone not playing well every single match. So those who get set an opportunity, he will take the game forward.
Yeah, I mean, winning is important. You won 1, you've lost 1. I mean, getting back on the saddle, how tough is it in T20 to get back in the winning ways?
Yeah, it was quite tough, but if you look at our first match, we played some brilliant cricket, but the second one, we didn't play our best cricket. But today is a new game, fresh day, so I hope the boys will do something special today.
Well, you've been in great form. My last question is, how should one bat on this surface? Occupy the crease or be yourself?
I think if you look at the first match, ball will swing a bit with the new ball, so we have to stay calm first new ball, so after that we can play our shots.
Any team changes?
We made 3 changes. We have to see Murad, Talat, Ripon comes in place of Wahin, Saklan and Sandeep Lamichan.
Fantastic, well done.
Thank you.
Heather, you're captaining your side. What happened to the skipper, Shaikat?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम स्किपर थोड़ा सा इंजर्ड है, उसकी नी इंजरी हुई है, तो उसकी जगह अभी वो आउट हुआ है, टीम में इन हुआ है बिलाल समी।
अच्छा, ओके। आपकी अपनी फॉर्म के बारे में क्या तासुरात हैं और आपने पहले बैटिंग करनी है?
हमने यही सोचा था पहले हम बैटिंग करेंगे क्योंकि थोड़ी ड्यू की वजह से थोड़ा सा ड्यू फैक्टर भी है, सेकेंडरी में हो सकता है थोड़ा सा पिच थोड़ा सा स्लो साइड पे चला जाए, तो कोशिश यही है कि लास्ट मैच से हमें मोमेंटम मिला है, हमारी बॉलिंग बहुत अच्छी हुई है, कोशिश ये करेंगे हम इनको अच्छा टारगेट दें और अपनी बॉलिंग को यूटिलाइज करें।
टीम चेंजेस?
वन चेंज, शकत की जगह बिलाल समी है।
Have a good one.
Thank you very much.
Right then, it's Rajshahi Warriors who won the toss and elected to bowl first.
And there's no surprises there when you talk about this decision at the toss, Shamana. It seems to be the trend in this tournament. We haven't really seen a lot of captains opting to bat first. I mean, what do you make of this decision?
I'd say it's particularly during this time, I think the dew will play its part. So they reckon that it's going to get a bit easier to bat on in the second half when you're chasing. Plus, you know the target. And on top of that, they've chased 190 plus already, so they have that confidence. So they would want to limit the opposition and go out there and chase.
How much of an advantage is it, Goffy, when you know that there is a bit of dew around such conditions and you do win the toss? How much of it is an advantage to the team that wins the toss?
Yeah, I think it's a huge advantage. I think the toss of a coin goes understated sometimes. I think no matter what format of the game you play, a toss can dictate the game if you get your fundamentals right. And I think they always obviously want to bowl first. We've seen in the previous game it didn't really give us any ideas because obviously the batting wasn't up to scratch for the team batting first. 𝗵𝗺 chased it down pretty quickly. So today now they want to have a look at it, they want to bowl, they want to see what the conditions are like. I think what we did see from the earlier game, which is an advantage for both of these teams, against the new ball, it was a lot easier to score. It was a lot easier to score. So what I would be doing if I was coach of these two teams, attack the new ball and then bat as a team. Nudge it around, get your 4 or 5 in over and then go again at the end.
All right, we're talking about the conditions here, and we saw that teams are preferring to bowl first as well because it just, you know, helps them chase it down in the conditions that we've got with all the dew around as well. We are ready with the pitch report. It's over to Parvez Maharouf.
Yeah, conditions are getting very, very cold out here, and it's got to be said comparing the first couple of days in the evening game. Pitch looks really good. I thought the game, sometimes when the spectators have a look, low-scoring game, they might think the pitch is bad. It's nothing like that. I thought the batting was poor. That's the main reason. And look at it, it's even covering or grassing. With the new ball, there will be some help. And I think the groundsmen have done a wonderful job leaving grass on the pitch so that underneath it holds up really nice with the grass on top. So expect the new ball to move a little bit. Now, Rajshahi Warriors are winning the toss and bowling first. Now, they have 4 bowlers, fast bowlers in their side. Tanzim, Ripon Mondal, as well as Hussein Tarat and Brinder Fernando. So all those 4 bowlers are different. You got 2 tall bowlers in Ripon and Brinder Fernando. If they hit that awkward length by Fahim Ashraf was operating, I think they'll be a handful. Overall conditions really good. D will be a factor later on. I still feel a 175, 185 score is a must to defend later on.
But they do have fast bowlers up their sleeve. When you talk about the options that they have, Rajshahi Warriors, and also the lengths that we saw from Fahim Ashraf just earlier on. I mean, what are we looking at then from the fast bowlers? And who are these fast bowlers that you would like to point out that can make a significant difference today?
Well, they have quite a few of them, but I really like one of the inclusions, if I may, the inclusion of a spinner that is Hassan Murad. And impressive left-arm spinner. And in the recently concluding National Cricket League, he was the top wicket taker with 14 wickets. Earned him a call-up in the test match, the test side as well, and he's done really well. So I think it will be interesting to see how he controls the ball, the left-arm spinner, especially in dewy conditions.
All right, quick look at what happened in that afternoon match then, because we are talking about conditions here, and it was rather a one-sided affair from Rangpur Riders. They were absolutely magnificent with the ball. Fahim Ashraf picking up his second 5-wicket haul of this BPL, and Mustafizer as well chipping in with a couple of wickets, really taking advantage of those conditions. And then it was Dawid Malan and Liton Das all the way to be taking them over the line for a comfortable win by 7 wickets. Fahim Ashraf, you saw a bit of him today as well. Goffy, I mean, what did you like about his bowling?
Well, I've coached him. I worked with him with Qalandars, so I know him well, and I think he's a terrific cricketer. His fielding, his batting, his bowling, but on this occasion his bowling was superb. He hits that pitch hard, he can seam bowl when the grass is there, he also can swing it when you get the right conditions, and what he did really well in the middle overs, he bowled cutters into the pitch, and he made it very, very hard for the Royals batters to get after him. A well-deserved 5-0, really pleased for him, and he showed today why he's much wanted in those leagues around the world.
We also spoke about how, you know, he's not somebody with express pace, Goffy, but he seems to really know where to bowl. You know, he seems to be a thinking cricketer. Just talk us through the lengths that you saw from him today.
Well, like I said, I mean, people sometimes can get carried away, but if you look at the, yeah, just bowled it onto a shoebox, didn't he? You could put a box down there and he just kept hitting it. And that's the length where it's neither a half volley right under your nose so the batter can't hit through it. It's not short enough where they can pull. They're having to drag them forward and take a risk. And while there's that little bit of seam movement, which there was, away from the right-hander, that's why a slip was in place as well. It became hugely important. And you've seen that 5 for 17 in a T20 game. It's a magnificent performance. And that's Ashraf at his real best. And what we didn't see tonight, because he didn't have to, is how good he is at bowling at the end of the innings. His Yorkers. That's another skill he's got. I think he's a magnificent cricketer, and I was pleased for him today.
Yeah, all-round ability of Fahim Ashraf shining through in the BPL. Dawid Malan then, you know, coming in to the BPL and scoring runs. I mean, we know his class and quality, and he showed a bit of that, glimpses of that today, Shamanai.
Absolutely, absolutely right. And he's been coming here. He's come here a lot. He's had the experience. He does have the experience of playing in BPL, so he understands these conditions quite well. And the fact that Rangpur Riders are such a good side and an experienced side that they come in and is gelled quickly. And I think it was a masters at work. That's what Pervez Maharouf said. Or Liton Das and Dawid Malan were on song right at the top. 90 plus for the opening stand. Augurs well, obviously.
Yeah, there's a lot of calmness and composure when it comes to his batting, Goffy. You talk about different players around the world. You have the ones that are considered explosive openers, the ones that are more, you know, the timers of the ball. Which category does Malan fall in, and what do you like about him?
It's changed slightly.
Yes.
Because he was someone who didn't like to get off, take too many risks early on. He liked to get enough balls under it before he started to express himself. But I think what we've seen in the last 12 months, I was in charge as well at Yorkshire when he came in, he started being a little bit more extensive. You've seen those shots he plays over extra cover, and he also plays a lovely shot off his hip. We didn't see that tonight. So he has definitely upped his game now to hit more boundaries. He's getting older and doesn't like running between the wickets.
Well, it's definitely an easier option if you can hit the ball and hit it out of the ground, and you don't need to run around much. Talking about Noakhali, coming back to them, you know, just the positives from what we saw the other night. Mahidul scored some runs. Zakir Ali also scored some runs. And how do you look at those innings and really about converting those starts?
Right. And they have the firepower right at the top with Maas Sadakat and Habibur Rahman Chauhan, who did really well in the Rising Stars, and both have destructive strike rates from there. 177, Maas Sadakat averaging 129, and Habibur Rahman Chauhan 182. So you know, Mahidul Islam Onkon, Zakir Ali Onik have the firepower, but at the same time they soaked in the pressure. And Rezaur Rahman Raja with the variations. Hassan Mahmood bowled really well too. So it's all about clicking. It's about one win, I think.
That partnership, though, you know, at one point you had a look at them and you saw that they were building a partnership and sort of making, you know, life slightly difficult for the bowlers. What did you like about the partnership then?
The fact that initially they soaked in the pressure. They had lost wickets. Mahidul Islam Ankul was spending some time, and then they played the shots, but they played the shots according to the merit of the ball. They were not forcing the shots or didn't try to overhit it. That's what I think, outstood in that partnership.
All right, quick look at the Rajshahi playing 11, who they are playing in terms of the combination that they're going for. And remember that they won the toss and they did decide to bowl first today. Looking at their side, 𝗂𝗄𝗃, what do you make of it and who are the sort of standout or key performers that you want to point out who you think will be doing well? 4 seamers is what they're opting for.
Yeah, I think the 4 seamers is obviously a huge strength, especially in these conditions tonight. Like I said, we can feel a little bit of damp in the air, a little bit of a drizzle. There's grass on the pitch. There's a little movement. So if you can bowl seam and you bowl it well after watching Ashraf get 5 for 17, you'll be chomping at the bit to get out there.
Also, they have a quality spinner like Mohammad Nawaz Shomunai. When you talk about his recent form as well, in the last 1 year or so, he seems to have come into his own as a cricketer, and especially with the ball. What do you make of him, and overall, how do you think he's been contributing towards the side?
And it's a very important point that you picked. Last 1 year, and that's not in one part of the world. That's the thing about top players, right? And when you peak, you want to peak and you want to stay there. And you keep on performing, you carry on the good form, and that's exactly what he's done. He's come over to the BPL, he's taken 3 wickets, and important ones, and also scored runs with the bat. So definitely a big positive for the team.
Quick thoughts then, numbers. What numbers do you think Rajshahi Warriors would be looking at in terms of restricting?
Oh, restricting. I think they'd be happy with lesser they get, 120, 130.
All right. What about you, 𝗂𝗄𝗃?
Well, I think they should get a few more about Noakhali. They've put them in. I think if they can be realistically looking around that 160 mark, I think they're in the game, definitely. I don't think I'm going to go as far as Maruf there with 175, 180, but 160 will be a good score.
Yeah, we've seen it's been, you know, rather low-scoring games in the last couple of days. I mean, what do you attribute that to? Is it the pitch? Is it the conditions? Is it the overcast conditions that we had in the morning? What do you put that down to?
Overcast conditions in the morning definitely do play their role, but it's at the same time, it's also about application in the middle.
All right, then. Thank you so much for your thoughts, gentlemen. It is a chilly evening here, much like Yorkshire. Perhaps a bit like Yorkshire, I would like to add. But, yeah, I mean, we're definitely looking forward to this game today. We've got plenty of action lined up for you as well. Rajshahi Warriors will be bowling first, so no real surprises there. Take a short breather, and we've got a nice crowd building up here in Sylhet. It's been wonderful to see them come out and support their respective sides. Take a short breather and see you guys on the other side.